Right, we'll go ahead and start today, this week. All right, welcome back, guys. Um, sure Python, last week we did that project. It's still available to turn in at the end of the semester, so don't worry about that. This week we're going over the last fundamental topic before everything else is just projects and just extra things like GUI and maybe API, or mobile API. Yes, so last fundamental topic. Next week we'll start our second project. That one I would advise you to complete within the 2 weeks. We'll have next week start on it and then the following week to continue on it. Only because the GUI part of this course is going to focus on that project, like turning the actual calculator into something that looks nice. You can click buttons and enter text. Fix that in the following weeks. For this week, we'll be going over functions. We'll start. So functions, we've already been using functions pretty much. Whenever you use print, for example, or int, when you're converting data types, those are all functions pretty much. Usually it's some keyword with parentheses, and in the parentheses there's parameters. We'll talk about parameters later on. Pretty much, yeah, functions are just blocks of code that once they're called, it's entered upon, and it does some sort of task. Like, functions are really good at doing one or some sort of thing. Some concept, a very important concept in computer science is, getting some kind of problem that you have and chopping it down to smaller subproblems that will eventually come back together and solve that initial problem. Functions are a really good implementation of cutting down some kind of problem, putting it into a function so that you can call that function whenever you want it to solve that little subproblem and use the result into the bigger picture, really. And they're ran sequentially, just like you would any code. So if you have your main piece of code and it's going down the line, if it sees a function, it's going to stop where it is at that point in the main code and jump to wherever you have your function. And we'll talk about finding where the function is in the actual code. And functions can contain arguments. Some do, some don't. But we'll go ahead. We'll cover arguments in the next few slides. So in programming in general, there's different types of functions. They really depend on whether you want to return an actual value or you just want the function to do something. So for those that just want to do something, they're usually called void functions in programs like Java and C++. I only say only that because in Python, it's very generalized, and we'll see when we define the actual syntax of a function. But yes, void functions, they just do their job in the function, and that's it. They don't use a return statement. They just do what they need to do. Mostly, if you print out statements or just stuff like that. Other types of functions called return type functions. Those are the ones that usually return in like an integer, some kind of data type, string, double, even Boolean. They'll do the same function as they would as void, but usually you want that function to return something back. So like, let's say you were using some sort of math equation, and it might be too big. You want to call some more sub function to define that part of the equation, but you want that number back to use in the rest of the equation. That's what you would want to use a return type function for. And yes, the return type functions, they do use the keyword return. You could use return in a void type function, but just don't return anything. Just use the keyword return. And in functions, if the keyword return is ever reached, it will automatically exit out of the function. So if in any case you might use a for loop, and for whatever reason you put return in the for loop, that for loop will only run once. Because once it hits the return, it's going to exit out of the function, not just the for loop. All right, so in Python, defining a function, there's only one keyword, and that's def, word or definition of a function. One keyword, next parameter is using or just naming whatever the function is. Do whatever you want as long as it's valid. And then parentheses, and in the parentheses you have arguments. So arguments are variables that you pass into the function. Then let's say you make some function that adds two numbers together, but not just any numbers that you want to hard code. You want to give the function two numbers that you want to add, like 5 and 10. So what the arguments will be is there'll be some variables. Some variables that you can name as well. It could be x and y, a or b, it doesn't matter. So that when you call a function and you pass in the two numbers you want, when when the function is jumped into, those made up variables that you made will take the values of those that you passed in the main code. And then inside the body is where you'll have the actual functions and then their return statement. I think I have an example code. Right, and then defining the function. If you have your main piece of code and you do a function call, but you haven't defined the function yet, it's probably better to define a function before you write any of your main code. So like if a problem asks for some user input, it's probably best to just read the problem and then define that function for it before you actually implement your main code and actually call the function. If you ever call a function before it's defined, obviously it's going to give you an error saying that I don't know where to go for that function call. And as far as arguments go, again, you can have none or you can have however many as you want, and they can be of any type. Again, Python, you don't have to declare a data type when you do a variable, so you just have to name it, and you can list it on these columns with more than one arguments, and then depending on that's another concept overloading, but depending on when you call the function, which data type you put, it's going to use it in that order. So if you have some function, A, comma, B, some function, you have for arguments X, Y, and Z. X, Y, and Z, there's no really telling what they could be. It could be ints, doubles, floats, strings. So when you call the function, let's say you do 5, a string 2, and you can bypass some string. Those three data types will be passed into these three arguments respectively. So that's something to keep in mind. But for the most part, in the problems, all we do is say, we just see one type. So you don't worry about ordering around. So these are just some 2 examples of calling a musical function. Like I said, you definitely want to define the function well before it's actually called. So that first example in the bottom left is a good example of a void function because there's no return statement and it's just you printing out a simple statement. And then the bottom right is a good example of a return type because then you can call the function and then store the result in some other variable. So it wouldn't make sense if you have a return type function and you just call it. Because if you just call the function without using it or storing it, it's like if you just called it and it did its work, but it's stuck in some memory and it's just going to be unused. Whereas if you use a void type, I believe that's pretty much it for definitions. Unless you want to add anything to what you've learned here.
I think you covered it all. I mean, aside from like the def main function, like for the main, other than that, like that's
yeah.
But everything
short topic. I mean, it's pretty much what we've been doing. It's just the concept of using a function. Like
it's almost like creating your own function.
Yeah, because like I said, Python has its own functions, and we've been using a lot of them, like prints. There's math functions. I know that I use random int a lot because I import that. Yeah, these are just using your own functions for whatever specific problem you have. And you can always use other functions within your function. There's nothing wrong with that. Any questions about those functions? All right. Just got this week's assignment, and that's pretty much it.
Chill, relax day.